Hey readers, you should have first listened to Sophie's masterpiece. If you haven't done that, pause this video and go watch that. Then come back to hear the rest of the story map. Now that you've listened to Sophie's masterpiece, let's do the story map about that story. So first we're going to start out with the characters. We've talked a lot about characters and did maps about characters and what their character traits were. And so the main character here is Sophie. And it's pretty important to this story that she is a spider. Other characters that were important were the landlady, the captain, the cook, the young lady, and her baby. So the baby is a important character at the end, right? So then what about the setting? Do you remember what setting is? Yeah, that's where the story takes place. So what is the setting of this story? Do you remember? There would actually really be two, right? One wherever Sophie was born, and then remember that she moves. So that place is called Beekman's boarding house. And so that is the setting. All of the different rooms in that boarding house are important to this story. Now, what is the problem? What's going on? Yeah, Sophie gets screamed at, swatted at, and scares people. She is misunderstood, isn't she? She just wants to be an artist, and people think that she's a nasty spider. What are the main events? So here we would want to give at least 3 events that were important to the story. So as we retell, we need some important events. So 1, I said that young Sophie is a talented web artist. 2, she moves to a new place and wants to make it beautiful, right? That's the Beekman's boarding house. And 3, people shoo her away. Like wherever she goes, she just gets shooed away and her feelings are hurt, right? So then notice that people shooing her away was the problem, and it was also kind of one of the events within the story, or multiple events within the story, right? So then what is the resolution? That is a fancy way of saying how the problem gets solved, okay? Some people also call it the solution. So the solution to the problem, or the resolution of the story, is what happens that makes the problem be solved. So in this story, the young woman doesn't shoo Sophie away or scream. She lets Sophie stay. Sophie's last project is a masterpiece of a baby blanket for the lady's baby. All right, so that's the story map. That's retelling the story using making sure that you have the characters, the setting, tell the problem with the main events, and how the problem got solved. So anytime you're retelling a story, you can think through all of these elements, and we will keep practicing this. All right, so your turn.